to look great. You don't even have to leave the house to get them. Attention all agoraphobics out there. Here's some of the places to look. You can look under the sink. Yeah. You can look in your refrigerator. You can even look in your own garbage. We're going to get all of the yummy recipes from the author of 14-Day Beauty Boot Camp, Diane Irons. Diane, hi. Hi. We can't wait. By the way, let me just tell people out there, write this down if you know. Now you should write this down. Absolutely. Because we don't have a website right now. Okay, now let's start with blackheads and those unsightly.
Yeah, well, you can do your makeover at home, really, and I've gotten these things from models and celebrities and things that really work better. For instance, if you have a blackhead, what you want to do is take about 3/4 of a cup of water, boiling water, and then what you do is you take a teaspoon of Epsom salt, have it right here, and then you want to take about 3 drops of iodine. And I got this from a top dermatologist, and what it does is when it's cool, just enough to the touch, you want to take it and put it right over those blackheads. They'll come right off. Don't use those strips, everybody.
Should you then pop them?
No, they'll come off on the cotton ball. No, you should never pop them. You should never, ever use those strips because they pull up the skin. You'll need a facelift, girls, by the time you're 30.
I love that. Wow.
I know, but just the way you're doing. I hate peel-off masks.
So they'll come off. All right.
Another thing is if you want a full body treatment, this is what they do at the spas. You could do it at home. You take 2 cups of plain yogurt. This is when the fat is good on the skin. And not in the skin, but on the skin. And then what you do is you take a couple of teaspoons of honey, pure honey. You mix it around. You put it on your body. I like to use a vegetable brush, but a coarse washcloth is fun to put on because you really want to get in and get it into the skin
that
and into
right
the pores.
there is an extremely expensive Balinese treatment.
Yes.
You can pay $250. Wonder how I know that to get that treatment.
I'm going to cover at spas, and I find these treatments and I replicate them in my book.
Absolutely.
And then you leave it yourself, and then what do you
do? Leave it on 10-15 minutes. Rinse it off. Your skin will be smooth and silky.
The absolute truth on that.
And then you can eat the leftovers for breakfast.
There you go.
Okay, hair treatment.
One for hair. I've used every hair conditioner. I've used $30 hair conditioners. Nothing better than taking an old mashed banana and then taking about 3 or 4 drops of almond oil. Just a little bit, and the almond oil, let me tell you, you should use this as aromatherapy in your house, ladies. This is really great in the bath. But you put on your hair for about, 10 to 15 minutes, and then you rinse off with seltzer water that gets it off, and then you shampoo and condition regularly after that. Yes.
Oh, so it's before the shampoo.
That's right.
Okay,
it's always
that's important.
Conditioners are always more effective when you do it before.
Deep treatment.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And if you can warm it up a little bit in the microwave, even better.
So this is cellulite.
All right, we hate cellulite. Here's what you do. Go to your coffee maker. The first ingredient in most cellulite creams is caffeine. Caffeine gets us up and going. It gets our fat cells going, and it's a good temporary cellulite reducer. What you do is you take your warm coffee grounds.
The emphasis is on the word temporary.
That's right, because I don't want anybody to think that you can cure it. 80% of women have it, live with it. But you don't want to, if you're going to a special event, you're going to the beach, you want to make sure you look as good as possible. Miss USA, Miss America pageant contestants use this. Warm coffee grounds, sit on the edge of your bathtub, have a little bit of newspaper underneath because it does get a little messy, and then
How about cream and sugar?
So what do you do?
And you know what? We tried it with decaf, didn't work. Espresso works the best, so it is the caffeine.
So what do you do?
So you spread it all over your cellulite, and then if you have seaweed at home or seaweed from the health food store, that is a seaweed wrap, again, $200, $300 seaweed wrap. And then if you don't, plastic wrap is fine. And then you roll those suckers nice and smooth, and it will last for about 6 hours.
Wait a minute, you rub that on, put the plastic wrap around you, and then roll it yourself.
And then roll it.
That's right.
I'm making bread, or am I
It's something every pageant contestant uses, and it's great at photo shoots. We use it on our swimsuit models.
I love that.
Here's another one for oily skin. Take the pulp of the tomato, mash it up, and then put it on the oily spots. A lot of you who are young girls might have oily skin, or if you have a T-zone. And then let it sit for about 15 minutes. rinse it off. You won't believe a natural oil refining mask. It's great.
Very good.
And cheap, really. I like to use a big tomato. Here's a
Next is nail polish.
nail polish remover. This we found as models when we were in the Caribbean. We had a lot of bugs around, and we had beautifully manicured nails, and we had pedicures. And what you do basically is you put a little bit of an insect repellent remover, on your nail polish and it'll come right off. Unfortunately, at the photo shoot, it came off and we all had to have manicures done again. Here's another one.
That won't affect you as an off chemical? Won't that affect
you? Put on your skin, don't you, when you don't want bugs to bite you?
That's true.
Your nails are more hardy than your skin.
So why won't you buy
really
nail
rub it
polish
on, though.
remover? Well, just in case you don't have it, she's saying.
When you're out in camping in the woods, Star.
Oh, please.
That's right.
I have nail polish.
This one, you can't wash your hair every day, and a good use for ripped pantyhose. Put it over a brush and then spritz a little perfume on it, because the perfume has enough alcohol and gives a little fragrance, and then brush it from the root to the end, and you will find that it will revitalize your hairdo.
Wow, that's a good one.
It will clean out any type of excess oil, and it really does refresh your hair.
It doesn't dry it out?
It's also it just has enough alcohol to refresh it, but perfume doesn't have too much. Just a spritz will
Wouldn't
do.
gin do the same thing?
Gather onto the brush.
That's something Meredith always has on her hair.
That's something she
More
always
likely
has.
we're going to have that.
Another one is aromatherapy. We've all heard about the uses of vitamin C, how important it is. And this is a revitalizing bath that is just marvelous. You take old cut up oranges, and then again, we use that pantyhose leg that has ripped, tie it around your faucet, and let the water drip through. You will have the best skin. Lay in it for 20 minutes, and the aromatherapy will give you, this is natural aromatherapy, and it won't make a mess of your bathtub.
That's right,
Just throw it away. Absolutely.
And finally, pimple reducer.
Yeah, if you have a pimple, usually it's one of those honkers that just really is swollen. You want to take and you want to get the swelling down. What you do is you take 3/4 of a cup of warm water, and then you take a teaspoon, half a teaspoon, quarter a teaspoon, it matters how big it is, and you put it in. And then what you do is you take a gauze pad, put it on the pimple, it will take the swelling right down. Then you know my favorite, take a little eye redness reliever and take the redness out. Nobody knows you have a pimple.
These are great tips, really. I like these a lot.
They really work.
They really do. Thanks to Diane Irons, and we'll be right back. I like that.